Hi everybody and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Just a quick post-match, what was it? Post-mortem. Yeah, post-match post-mortem on Arsenal's game against Tottenham in Hong Kong, the first North London derby to be played outside of North London. And guess what? Arsenal go and lose 1-0 to Spurs. With me to talk about it today, to my right, I've got my boy Ty in the building. Big up, Ty.
Big up, thank you.
Also,
yes.
To my left, Qualms with the big arms.
Yes. Not as big as yours today. Not as big as yours today. Look at him.
Man, I'm playing catch up, bro.
People. Look at the kit.
But more importantly, let's talk about the game today. Let's start with my boy Qualms. Qualms, disappointing.
Yeah, very.
Not only to lose, but I think it was a disappointing performance overall, right?
It seemed flat.
It
seemed really flat. There was a point where I was drifting asleep. My eyes were shutting because it's. Look, I understand it's pre-season, but I just feel sometimes the players, they're not realising that, the stages that they're on or the stage that they're on, and you're in a different country, Hong Kong, yes, you've got different types of fans. Is that the type of football that you want to entertain the fans with? I understand that the climate is a lot more different there, it's more humid. They're not 100% fit yet, or in terms of their match sharpness, but I just felt, I just wanted a little bit more. It just seemed very one-dimensional, very one-sided, and it's something that we've seen in previous seasons.
When you say one-sided, what do you mean by that, though? Because I thought Arsenal started the first 15 or so minutes, I thought we looked pretty good.
We looked sharp, yeah.
Pressing from the
Havertz
front.
was pressing and everything like that, that's fine, but then when those things don't work, what's your plan B? I feel like we don't have a plan B. It's press high, and then it's when we have the ball, we're not really going to trust Martinelli. Let's go Saka's side. As soon as Saka receives the ball, he's got 2 or 3 men on him. And then it's like, okay, what are we going to do? And then it's recycle. I just want to see someone take more of a risk. Do you know what I mean? Between the enemy lines, not just kind of just side to side. And it's hard for me to even say it because I'm a big fan of football and I understand sometimes you've got to break down these teams, but this is a chance for you to just take an extra touch, just drive forward into the space. I still feel like they're playing within themselves. So it was a bit of a disappointing thing. We spoke about, obviously, I haven't spoken about the goal. I mentioned it in my fan cams on Sunday, and I said, defensively, Miles Lewis-Skelly, if he loses the ball, the other players need to be in position. Now, I get it. David Raya made the wrong decision, 100%. He gave it to him in a congested place, but I trust Miles to scan before and to get rid of the ball. But unfortunately, he got dispossessed, and then that's what led to the goal. It was a decent goal, decent chip, but I just need to see a little bit more from this team. I'm not convinced yet. As much as we're like, yay, we got Yakarez, we got him. That's it. Job done. We can sit back now and the title should come to us. Nah. That's not going to happen. We definitely need more than one more signing, in my opinion, on that, especially on that left-hand side. So yeah,
I do agree with you with regards to today's game. We were a little bit flat, especially after the first 15 or so minutes. We had a lot of possession. It was a little bit predictable, a little bit samey. But I do think that the game changed with the goal being scored, because what happened is once Spurs got their noses in front, they did a lot of defending and they made it difficult for us. Ty, now, me and you had disagreements over the goal.
We did.
Because to me, the goalkeeper is clearly at fault in 2 phases of play. Number one, as my boy Kwam said, the way he gives Miles Lewis-Skelly that ball where he's so congested in that area of the pitch, right? And he gives him too much to do. Once Miles Lewis-Skelly is dispossessed, right, then he's so far off his line that it was like basically inviting Pape Sarr to chip him, which he did, and he executed the chip very well. But to me, David Raya was at fault there. And in fact, I'll go further than that. I think he didn't have a good game, man. I mean, in that first half, prior to the goal, there was about 2 or 3 incidents where he was flapping at crosses. One in particular, where he came out, flapped it, missed it completely, and the ball hit the post.
Do you think he's still on his honeymoon? I generally think, do you think he's still on his honeymoon? He's still in that phase of just, life is good. He's not back mentally, because I know
because he's not had a really good pre-season tour, has he? Because I think he was at fault for the goal when we played
Jacob
Newcastle.
Murphy.
When we beat them 3-2. Their second goal, I thought he was up.
Could have done a bit more for that goal, wasn't it?
But anyway, over to Ty. You thought it was a foul, didn't you?
I did, but first, I did. But first of all, thank you for inviting me. I did. I hear what you were saying. I heard what Kwame was saying. That's fair enough. But I did think it was a foul. All right, David might be at fault. Miles may be at fault. But I think it's a foul. And I can't believe the referee missed that. And I'd like to think that if that's in the real game, he or she would see that. Because I think it's quite bad. With the David thing, I don't know because it's still pre-season. That's the thing. Even if we'd beaten Tottenham 10-0 today, which would have been nice, it's something. Pre-season is something or nothing. You know what I mean? So we won't know where we're at until we hopefully go to Old Trafford and win. Then we might know where we're at.
No, that's true. But having said that, there is pre-season. They do have these games for a reason. What you're trying to do is to get the team up to speed, trying to work on different things.
Absolutely, and that's what we have to do.
Different things, and I think that's where Arteta is not doing anything different. These games are kind of like a free fall, in my opinion. I'm like, right, this is where, and this is what I was saying from last fan cams and everything, even the last time he was here. I said, play Max Darman, play these boys first half, just see what it's like. Put Kepa in goal, start Yakarez, and then if they're not performing or if they're blowing out, then you can put on your proper strong team. But because then the game after this, who have we got? We've got, is it
Villarreal, and then Atletico
Bilbao. That's when I'd be playing my team that I'm planning on to play to prepare for the Premier League. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? This is the festival of football. We done the festival of football last week, people. Then we're in Hong Kong. I would have just practiced. I would have tried different players in different positions.
I'll tell you what I did notice, and I said this at the time when we did the watch along on AFTV. For me, Arsenal's substitutions were far too late in the game. And that is a criticism that it's not the first time I've criticised Mikel Arteta for this. I mean, it's a pre-season friendly. You've got stacks of players on the bench. I mean, there's different players there you can use. You can alter the formation. You can bring guys in.
Change the tempo.
The Max Daumans, your Wanyeris and people like that. You left it so late. I mean, in the end, you had Saka on the pitch for 70 odd minutes. He came off injured.
He picked up a knock, isn't it? A dead leg. This is what I'm saying.
We hope Leandro's all right as well.
Leandro, I mean, to be fair to Trossard, he came on, got injured and had to go off again. That injury, by the way, looks a little bit more serious than Saka's. I'm not sure the exact nature of the injury, but it didn't look good. The way you saw Trossard walking off the pitch. But to go back to the original point, I was disappointed that the manager, Ty, didn't seem to make substitutions early enough, as far as I'm concerned. What do you think about that?
Fair enough. Well, listen, I do hear what you and Kwame are saying, but like I said, he sets up to hit him, isn't it? That's all. So, you know what I mean? To me, as long as we get it right in the season, that's all I care about. I do hear what Kwame is saying, and I don't disagree at all. You know what I mean? But I'm just thinking that if that's what Mikel wants to do, as long as we get it right, then that's fine for me. You know what I mean? He could have played Ethan, he could have played Max earlier. But listen, as long as we get it right against Manchester United and we get it right in the season, then that will be the ultimate thing.
But this is where you have to gain that momentum, and like that's a word I've always used, and I always kind of link it with Liverpool. They're very good at it. Once you gain that momentum and that feel of winning, performing well together as a group, as a unit, then the Man United game doesn't seem as like daunting. And I'm not saying that
I don't think it's daunting.
No, but I'm not saying that they should be scared of it. I'm just saying they have to mentally prepare for it. Because let's say they're not putting in these performances now, and then it gets to the Spanish teams and we don't have a good performance then, and then we're like, we've got to switch on now because it's the Premier League. You can't do that. We all know you cannot do that. The pre-season is there, yes, for your fitness, but it's also for your mental to prepare yourself for what's ahead.
It is.
And I just think that the performance here, you played against Europa League champions. They've got a new manager. They still haven't made as many signings, but they still put in a better performance.
Yeah, but Kwame, I don't think that's reflective of the season, because I don't see them doing that in the real game.
We don't know. It's different now.
No, you don't, Kwame. I hear what you're saying, but what I would say, and I'm not disputing what you and I are saying, but what I would say is that's what preseason is for. You know what I mean? Because if
it's
anything
to make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But I just feel like we didn't even take any risks in order to make those mistakes.
Do you think we should have lost though? Should we at least got some? I think we did. We were good for at least a draw.
What chances? How many shots?
Yeah, I
did we
mean,
have?
you say that, Ty, but we had the majority of the possession,
As usual.
57% to 43.
Yeah, as usual.
We did have 16 shots on goal to their 6, but crucially, we only had 1 on target.
One on
we didn't
target.
score.
And this is what
Didn't
we have
really
to
look like scoring, to
One
be
on
honest.
target.
This is
Did
what
we?
we have.
The
and-
last third. Sorry, Ty.
No, it's all right.
The last third of the pitch, especially towards the end of the game, second half, the lofted balls, the quality of the balls were poor. It wasn't even beating the first man. There was no one actually in the box to meet a header or to even challenge for the ball. If it's coming outside of the box, what are the guys doing? Recycle. Odegaard will try his little dink over. It's the same thing. We've seen it last season. So that's where I'm just like, come up with something different, boys. Take a risk. Drive forward, Odegaard.
Well, that's what Max was doing, though, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's the only time it changed is when young boy Max again came on and he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna run at these guys and commit them, and I can see if I can open up space for you guys."
Yeah, he did.
You know, so it was a good cameo from him again.
It was very good.
But following on what Laurie said in terms of the timings, this is where you start to look at Arteta and you say, right, if this happens in the Premier League, are you going to do this and you're going to leave it to the last minute again?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Whereas with Spurs, you could see already that they look a different team.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, they've abandoned this kamikaze football and they're playing a lot more controlled now. And I've got to say that once they got their noses in front,
They're organised.
they were...
They're
But that's a
organised.
Thomas Frank. That's a Thomas
Yeah,
Frank's
yeah.
team. Brentford, they done it. They know how to. He knows how to defend against us as well.
Wow.
So, and that's what he's obviously integrated into this new Spurs team, and they're gonna get stronger. I'm not saying that we can't beat.
We have to
can't
beat them. I think we have
Spurs,
to.
but I'm just saying
Respect.
these are the types. This is the level that you're going to be hitting in the Premier
It
League
is.
with certain teams, and you need to be able to open them up.
And this and
You sound like a broken record, Ty.
Okay, we
it's
got to
fine,
wrap
it's
up
fine,
because time is finite.
Didn't touch on Yakarez though. Did you,
Victor.
Was you? Because there's a lot of not animosity. There's a lot of frustration from Arsenal fans where they're saying Yakarez should have come on earlier.
I'm with that.
Didn't give him
I'm
enough
with that,
time,
yeah.
and then people are obviously trolling him now and saying,
Saying
"Oh,
what?
just saying he's a joker, he's a joke."
Oh, that's ridiculous.
We can't
but
make an impact.
that doesn't make any
That's
sense.
the inevitable trolling.
It's unfair.
of,
12 minutes
yeah.
isn't enough.
He's unfair.
But I mean, I would
say.
say this, right? I mean, listen, I wanted to see more of him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should have started. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not even saying, some people said, oh, he should have come on early in the second half or started the second. I'm not even saying that. But give the man 20 minutes or
We
so.
waited so long.
Yeah,
innit?
you know what I mean? It was
Just build up.
disappointing, especially in a game. I mean, there was 55,000 fans in that arena.
Wow.
Today. It was sold out.
Wow.
And the fans came in expectation. In the end, I think he got just over 10 minutes. Not really enough.
Nah.
So I'd like to have seen more of him. Whilst he was on the pitch, there was one move, one phase of play where
Lovely.
he brought the ball down well.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
yeah. So listen,
Small
man,
little
I'm sure
touches.
he's going to be
Brilliant.
successful. Let's hope he plays next week.
Yeah.
Because we've got a couple of games coming up next week, Villarreal and who's the other?
Athletic Bilbao.
Bilbao.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure he'll get minutes against those.
Yeah.
But just to wrap up, I just want to ask you both very quickly. Overall, your thoughts on the pre-season tour? Was it a success? Pros and cons, very quick. Let's start with Quams.
Success in the sense that the board has supported Arteta in getting Yakarez across the line for pre-season. This is what we wanted. Now we can integrate him into the squad, get him up to that sharpness. So yeah, for me, it's a success in that sense. Still need something more though, and I can sense from Arteta he's expecting something more from the board. Hopefully they
Could
can
be
get that
Eze.
Eze,
Yeah.
that Eze
Hopefully.
deal across the line, please. I don't want us to play around with this release clause
Yeah.
silliness. He's the cherry on top, he's the difference. We need to get him in. That's in my opinion.
Okay, Ty,
Cool.
pre-season tour, was it
Well,
a success? Are you happy with the way things are progressing?
Well, very well summed up by Kwame. I'll just add to it and say, yeah, absolutely. I think it was a success. Yeah, it's fantastic to see all of so many of our fans in the Far East Asia.
Yeah.
Brilliant that they could see the team. I think apart from the Tottenham game, we didn't do too badly because we managed to get the results. But obviously, Kwame's right. Obviously, it shows we need more. But like I said, the proof is in the pudding. And as long as we can start well and do well next season, this will be a means to an end. But I think it was. I think it was successful. I think to me, even though we didn't play as well in Newcastle, it's just this game was just, you know what I mean. an anomaly. But we did win a preseason trophy and we did win 2 games, so we've got to look at that.
Yeah, I'll just finish off by saying, I think overall it was a success. We played 3 games, beat Milan 1-0, beat Newcastle 3-2, obviously lost to Tottenham, which is always disappointing. You never want to lose to Tottenham any game. So it was disappointing to lose. However, overall I do think it was a success. Zubimendi, Norgard looked really good. Saliba looked good again today. Saka looked good in the first couple of games. So listen, man, there are positives.
Max as well.
Obviously, Max Dowman probably stole the show overall. And then obviously the signing of Yakarez. Didn't get to see a lot of him today, but I'm sure he's going to be a success. Man, things are positive. Let's hope we can get that Eze deal done because we do need him. If there was slight drawbacks, it was, as we said today,
lack of creativity.
The manager didn't make the substitutions early enough, and there is still that imbalance on the left-hand side. I mean, on the right-hand side, we look really good with Saka and Co, but on the left-hand side, Martinelli, Trossard.
It's weak.
I wouldn't say it's weak, but there's an imbalance there that needs to be addressed. Like I said, if Eze comes in, hopefully he
that'd be brilliant.
Help to address that. Anyway, thanks.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Quams, thanks Ty, and most of all, thanks to you guys for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I say it all the time. Listen, if you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. We're out.
Yes.
Peace.